Admiral, hello.
Hello.
Chat with us.
Yes.
We are from the Earth. Do you know who we are?
He guesses.
I see. We're not the first, and we're not the last, right? Tell me, are we communicating with the soul, or are we better communicating with the higher self? Are you incarnated now or not on Earth?
You communicate with the soul, he says.
With a soul. So you are not incarnated. And what else? Answer us a bunch of questions. Do you mind?
Yes, he will answer.
Thank you. Was your expedition to Antarctica in February-March of the 47th year?
Yes.
Okay. Was your departure according to the program, or were you removed?
According to the program.
I get it. What level are you at now?
The 9th.
The 9th. The incarnation of an admiral. What kind of incarnation was it?
7th.
7th. Who were you in a previous life?
Researcher.
Researcher. How much negative energy was accumulated in this incarnation as a percentage? 40. Yeah. You have fully fulfilled your mission as an admiral, being an admiral. Or did you not have time to do something? I can't hear you. Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. What do you think is the most important thing that you didn't have time for?
I didn't finish the project there.
Is the project related to Antarctica?
But he doesn't seem to want to spread.
Yeah, the information is closed, right? All right. Did you keep a diary when you were an admiral? In what year was the last entry in the diary?
Well, here's the 47th.
In 47th, is this the last entry in the diary?
Well, somehow 45, 47 somehow goes 45, 40.
Well, you've lived much longer. Wasn't there more written down in the diary?
Goes no.
Got it? Have you been to Antarctica?
Yes.
How many times?
3.
3 times. Yeah. What is Antarctica? When you moved there for the first time, you imagined it in one form, and then you saw it perhaps in another form. What is Antarctica?
The mainland.
The mainland. A continent on a spherical Earth.
Well, yes.
I see. So it's not a wall that wraps around our land, is it? That is, it is the mainland.
Yes, this is the mainland. The wall simply exists at the entrance of a part of Antarctica. But the very concept of Antarctica is not a wall. A wall is a barrier between.
Between. That is, there is a wall, and Antarctica is behind the wall, right?
Yes.
Now there's a clear picture. Now it's clear. Tell me, when you first found out, were you amazed by it, or what were your feelings? As you understand, this is the first time that Antarctica is not really what it is.
It was as if he experienced such feelings that he was amazed, that is, he saw a normal phenomenon.
In other words, he took it normally, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Is it true that the navigation devices do not work correctly there, or is it some kind of fiction?
Yes, it's true. There are other energies there, energy scales.
And what kind of energies are these? Is there any understanding? Yes, is it a different level of vibration, or what is it?
Vibrations, yes.
Other vibrations. Radio communication doesn't work well either, right there.
Yes, there are failures of technology, and failures occur because of these energy surges, vibrations of these here, which are different from terrestrial ones, let's say.
Why are they different? For what purpose it was done, or by whom it was done? Why are these energies different?
Because there is an influence of other civilizations, let's say, that exist there.
So, what's good there? Okay, we're going to get to this question now. Okay, good. What were you looking for in Antarctica? And then we were there 3 times. The purpose of the expedition.
But they explored, and tried to find some other settlements or civilizations there, tried to somehow connect with other civilizations.
Does this have something to do with the Third Reich or not?
Well, yes, there is a connection somehow.
There is a connection.
Yes, and yes, it is weighty.
Did you manage to find what you were looking for? German bases, for example.
But I can see when. Yes, and they found something, some bases. I see that, yes. Because I see it as this Reich, it was like a significant part of these expeditions. And so with the idea of finding it all, and I see it as if they discovered it all.
Have you communicated with representatives of the Third Reich? Did you have any contact?
Contact did not seem to have happened, but they found these locations here, but they could not make contact, direct contact.
Failed. So, but in one of the expeditions, in my opinion, in the 46th year, the expedition had a whole military flotilla.
Експедиція була целая флотилия военная.
You commended her. What happened? That you lost several ships, several hundred personnel.
Несколько сотен личного состава.
What happened?
Well, I have a picture going on, as if some civilizations did not want this to be their introduction somehow.
Вот это вот их внедрение как-то
Some civilization didn't want them to continue studying this and just exterminate it. Well, roughly speaking. So here it is.
говоря, так вот
They didn't let me go any further.
пройти дальше.
Yeah.
Мгм.
Were
Вы
you,
были,
as an
как
admiral,
адмирал,
amazed by
поражены,
this event?
Этому событию?
What were
Какие
your
ваши
feelings?
ощущения были?
It all
Это
happened
произошло
unexpectedly,
неожиданно, да, для
didn't
вас?
it, for you?
Well, you know, I have such a kind of calm. In other words, it was not a surprise for him. It was like one of the scenarios.
So he was
То есть он
expecting,
ожидал,
right?
да, такой
One of the
вариант?
options.
Feels
Чувство
like,
такое,
you
знаешь,
know, some kind of calm.
какое-то вот спокойствие,
Calmness.
Мгм.
As if he had
и
envisaged
этот
this
вариант
option.
он предусматривал.
Мгм.
This is your
Это,
fight.
вот этот бой ваш,
Was it
это
a
был
fight
бой
with whom?
с кем?
With the
С немцами
Germans or with
или
representatives of another
иной
civilization?
цивилизацией?
And civilization,
Да, я
yes.
вижу,
I
как
see as
будто бы
if from
с
the
неба
sky
вот
there
идет
is some
какая-то
kind of
вот
extermination of
истребление,
some, or as it is called,
это назвать,
his expedition.
его экспедиция.
Мгм.
So it's
Что
some kind
какая-то
of
внеземная
extraterrestrial
цивилизация не
civilization that didn't
захотела
want this
данного
implementation.
Penetration,
Проникновение на
trespassing,
свою территорию,
right?
да?
Because as an intervention,
вмешательства.
And the fight itself was with whom?
Сам бой был с кем?
With some energy, or according to stories, there were some
скажем,
flying machines
были
in the form of
такие
saucers.
летающие, аппараты в виде тарелок. Я не
And
такие
there.
well,
Возможно, это
maybe they were
были
plates,
тарелки, но я
but I
вижу,
see as if
какая-то
some
энергия
energy
из
from
космоса
space
не
did not
давала
allow them
им
to continue this work
продолжить вот
here.
эту вот работу.
Мгм, мгм, мгм.
In other words,
Все-таки это
it
было
was still some kind of energetic,
воздействие.
yes, impact.
Like some kind of
Какая-то
extraterrestrial
внеземная
civilization.
цивилизация.
I don't
Тарелок
see any
конкретно
plates
я не вижу.
specifically, but
Мгм.
So,
Так,
after these three expeditions, was there direct
вот после этих
contact
трех
with
экспедиций
representatives of
был
this
прямой
civilization
контакт,
or not?
с представителями этой цивилизации или нет?
yes,
будто бы
as
был.
if there was, yes.
Please
Расскажите,
tell us about
пожалуйста,
this
об
contact.
этом контакте.
Because there is
Есть
information
информация,
described from
записанная
sources. How did you
из
communicate?
источников,
How
как
were you
вы
met?
общались, как вас встретили.
But I have information
У меня
going
здесь
on,
информация,
as
как
if
будто
he
бы
himself wanted this
он сам
contact.
хотел
And on
этого
the other
контакта,
hand,
и
there was also a desire, and so they
с
got in
другой
touch.
стороны также было желание, и вот они вышли на связь.
Occurred.
Произошел
Can I
Можно
tell you more
поподробнее
about this,
об
about
этой
this meeting?
встрече?
Who was
С
the
кем была
meeting with?
встреча?
What a
Какое было
warning was voiced to
предостережение
humanity there,
озвучено
and so on.
человечеству там и так далее?
Who was
С
the
кем была
meeting with?
встреча? Это
It
был
was some
какой-то,
kind of, well,
по-русски
in Russian
говоря,
speaking,
как
as a leader,
предводитель, полководец
commander,
какой-то
some
один
kind of
из
representative of space civilizations. And the warning
представителей
was that there should be no
космических
encroachments on Antarctica
цивилизаций.
here.
Мгм.
И предостережение состояло в том, чтобы не было каких-то посягательств на вот Антарктиду.
They
Не
didn't
хотели
want
они,
to be
чтобы
studied.
изучали
This
данный
object,
объект,
let's say,
скажем так,
was not wanted to be
и
implemented.
внедрения не хотели.
Мгм.
That
То
is,
есть
Что
what
что
was
адмиралу
shown to the
показали?
admiral. That is, he was physically
Физически
there.
был,
They showed him Antarctica,
показали ему
or the
Антарктиду?
contact was on our side, or on the side where the
Или
contact
контакт
occurred.
был на нашей
Behind the
стороне?
wall
Или
or in front of the
где
wall.
произошел контакт? За стеной или перед стеной?
It doesn't show in front of the wall.
не показывают.
In front of the wall. In other words, he was not invited to Antarctica. Nothing was shown to him personally.
The contact took place in front of the wall, but he was shown what would happen if there were any infiltrations into Antarctica from the Earth civilization here.
That is, they showed what the consequences would be, right?
Yes.
Мгм.
Undesirable, let's say.
Мгм.
Is this a
Это,
form of
форма
civilization?
цивилизации.
In what
В
form?
каком она виде?
Is
Она
she humanoid? Is she, I don't know,
она,
reptilian, or are they
не знаю,
humans?
рептильная, или это люди?
Who
Кто
is
это?
this? Their face is what this civilization is.
Кто
Who
это?
is this? Externally,
Внешне,
what
как
do
они
they look
выглядят?
like?
Ethnic civilization. I feel it more like some kind of energy there. Yes. If you describe what it looks like, I don't know, some kind of humanoid race, tall arms and legs, some skinny, such elongated bodies.
Высокие, руки, ноги какие-то тощие, такие вытянутые тела.
That is,
Мне сложно
it is
описать,
difficult for me to describe what class they are
какой
suitable
класс
for.
они подходят.
What?
Что-что?
What?
It's hard
Мне
for
сложно
me to
описать и
describe
дать им
and
какое-то
give them any
конкретное
specific
описание в
description in
плане
terms of
класса.
class.
Мгм.
Yeah.
Мгм.
He said they were humanoid,
С
with some
вытянутыми
kind of
какими-то
legs and
ногами,
arms
руками,
stretched
высокие,
out,
такие длинные.
tall and so long,
Them.
Они
like some kind of cosmic energy.
Космическое.
Well,
Если
if they
они уже
already look like
выглядят как
humanoids,
гуманоиды,
then
то
it's
уже
not
они
energy
тоже в
anymore.
физическом
It's
плане
already on the
как-то
physical plane.
имеют какие-то
That they
тела,
somehow have some kind of bodies, right?
At first, I saw it all as energy, which is some kind of energy, if compared with human energies. Then, of course, they are much higher, stronger pumping.
Намного выше, сильнее прокачивания.
Мгм.
Если
Then somehow here I am them. I can't describe it as a reptilian or some other class.
какой-то там еще класс.
Well, it can be like a humanoid.
Мгм.
Who are
Кем
they
они
for our
являются
civilization?
для нашей цивилизации?
And who are they
Кто
to
они
us at
нам
all?
вообще?
Is it the
Это
curators?
кураторы,
Is it
это
some kind of
секретная
hostile
какая-то
civilization?
цивилизация? Какая,
What
какая
kind of
это
energy
секретная
comes from them?
But this
Это
is just
просто
another
их
civilization.
цивилизация, они
They
как
are like
соседи.
neighbors.
Ah,
иная
another
цивилизация.
civilization.
Мгм.
How do
Как
they
они на
affect
нас
us?
влияют?
They do not affect in any
Влияют,
way.
они
They are
просто
just neighbors with us, let's say.
скажем так.
Just
Просто
neighbors.
соседи.
Yes.
That is,
У них
they
нет
do not
такой
have such a
задачи,
task
нас
there to enslave us,
поработить,
destroy
нас
us,
уничтожить,
or exalt us
либо
there,
нас
and so on.
превознести там.
There is no
Такой
such
нет такой
task,
задачи. То
right?
есть у них
So they have
самостоятельная
an independent, autonomous
автономная
life
жизнь
from
у
us,
нас, да.
right?
They live there by
Сами там по себе,
themselves.
но
But
почему-то
for some reason, they try to infiltrate
внедриться
there,
туда,
get to them,
попасть к
and
ним
they
в
don't
голову
like
не
it.
нравится.
Мгм.
And do they
они там,
participate in our daily life somehow
участвуют в
or
нашей
not?
повседневной жизни как-то или нет?
Or are they
Или
also
стараются
trying
за
not
нас
to
тобой?
bother us?
They don't bother us in any way, I would say.
Нас не беспокоит, я бы сказала.
So they're
То есть
not
мы для них
interested
не
in us?
интересны.
No.
No. All right.
Хорошо.
How
Как
then the
тогда
Germans
немцы
built their bases, their questions?
построили там базы свои? Вопрос.
But this is a completely different topic. That is, this civilization.
Вот эта
They do not seem to
цивилизация,
relate to each
немцы,
other
они
to the
как бы не
Germans.
относятся к
Somehow
друг
they
другу,
are
как-то не
not
взаимосвязаны.
interconnected.
They are not
Взаимосвязаны.
interconnected. All right.
Хорошо. Тогда
Then
где
where were they
немецкие
German
базы?
bases? If the
Если,
Admiral
адмирал
investigated and found some
и
bases,
и нашел какие-то
where were
базы,
these
где эти
bases
базы
physically located then?
находились?
But this is a big
Континент
continent.
большой, это
Everything
в
is
разных
located
местах
in different
находятся
places.
базы в
The
другом
base is in
месте.
another
В другом
place.
месте.
In another place.
This place is as
Планета
empty
как
as it
пустует,
is.
там
There is no
никакой
civilization there.
цивилизации не
Not
Не
present.
присутствует.
туда
Мгм. Мгм.
At the
На данный
moment,
момент
these
эти
bases are
базы
somehow
осуществлены
inhabited by German,
физически, или
or
они
are they in what form they are now alive and
живые
not
или
alive?
No,
Нет,
as if
будто
they
бы
were
не
not
живые.
alive.
не
Not
живые?
alive.
But I
Ну,
see
я
both
вижу как
bases.
базы.
How? The concept of a base,
Понятие
and,
базы
as it were,
и как бы
something
что-то вот
here is
присутствует,
present,
но
but there is
жизни
no
там нет.
life
Как
there.
будто бы
It's
все
like everything
заброшено.
is abandoned and that's it. Something is left, but somehow there is no vital activity there.
Мгм.
I see.
Хорошо.
All right.
Э,
Some kind.
вот,
The Admiral
Адмирал
flew in an airplane over.
летал в самолете над
Over Antarctica, allegedly. And I saw some tropical ones.
видел какие-то тропические
I'm sorry. I flew by plane. I didn't see any tropical
видел какие-то
territories with mountain
тропические
ranges.
территории с горными хребтами.
Was there such a thing or not? What did
Что он
he see
видел
that
такое
was so extraordinary?
экстраординарное?
Yes, it was.
What
Что
did
он
he
видел?
see?
Well, it's just some kind of area that has such a climate, and
такой вот климат и так,
I saw it really was like
действительно
that,
так было,
and this is the place to be right.
и это место быть, да?
Мгм.
It's just that the microclimate is like this in what?
В каком?
Мгм.
Is this
Эта территория,
territory
она
in front of the
активна
wall
или
or
защищена?
behind the wall? Before.
4-4.
Behind the wall. In other words, he was shown what is behind the wall. That is, he saw something, right?
Yes.
Мгм.
Did he see any unusual animals on this territory?
На этой территории.
Yes.
Which ones?
But I
Я бы
wouldn't
не
say
сказала, что
unusual,
необычных, но
but some
какие-то
such
такие
exotic
экзотические
animals.
животные,
Yes,
да,
he
он
saw
видел.
them.
Did he
Он
see
видел
from the plane, or
с
did they
борта
land
самолета, или
and
они
explore
садились
this
и
territory?
исследовали эту территорию
From the
С
plane.
самолета.
From the plane.
с самолета?
So they didn't land, did they?
No.
Нет.
Not.
Мгм.
Mount
Гора
Leviton.
у Левитана.
What is
Что
it?
такое?
Ну,
Well,
это гора,
this is a mountain that
которая
is located somewhere at the intersection of two. Well, as if all on the
находится
same
где-то на
continent, but it
пересечении
divides two different worlds.
двух,
Let's
ну,
say
как
two
бы всё на
different
одном
civilizations
материке,
that border
но
each
оно
other.
разделяет два разных мира, скажем так,
Мгм.
две разных цивилизации, которые граничат друг с другом,
Adjacent.
соседствуют.
Adjacent.
Соответствует. Какую она
What
функцию
function
такая
does this
функция?
mountain have?
It's
Ну,
like
будто
she's
разделяет.
separating.
Just
Просто
divides.
разделяет.
But it
Ну,
divides,
разделяет
and somehow
и
does not interfere.
как-то
These two different worlds there do not
мешает,
interfere.
не мешают эти две разные, там, два разных мира.
They're
Они
kind
как
of at the
бы за счет
expense.
At the expense of what?
Ну,
Well,
просто
it's
вот эта
just that
гора
this
как
mountain sort
бы
of divides.
разделяет.
Divides to
Разделяет две
territories,
территории, да?
right?
Мгм.
Due to this,
Да.
civilizations seem to live harmoniously like this.
Цивилизации,
Nothing brings them
которые
into
гармонично
comfort.
живут, ничто их не приводит в комфорт.
Мгм.
That's how I see it
Я так я это
somehow.
вижу.
Yeah,
Мгм.
I see.
Понятно.
Is the Earth
Земля
hollow inside, or is it not hollow?
полая внутри или она не полая?
Is there a
Есть ли
civilization
что-то
inside the
внутри
Earth?
Yes, there is.
Земли?
What
Что
kind
это
of
за
civilization is this?
I see
Я вижу
some
какие-то
dark
темные
energies for some
энергии
reason.
почему-то.
Мгм.
I
Но
can't
не
tell
могу
you the
тебе
name
сказать
of the civilization,
цивилизации.
but some are so
Мгм.
dark and heavy.
Такие темные и тяжелые.
Dark,
Темные,
heavy.
тяжелые.
Was the
Адмирал
Admiral
был
there
там
or
или нет?
not?
No.
Нет.
He
Не
wasn't,
был, да?
was he? Yeah,
Мгм.
Мгм.
I wasn't.
I see.
Понятно.
All right.
Хорошо.
What
Что
kind
вы
of wish, Admiral, will you give to
пожелание,
humanity?
адмирал, дадите человечеству?
An appeal,
Обращение,
maybe a wish.
пожелание.
Well,
как-то ему
somehow he would like a person to remain a researcher in his soul,
вот в душе.
Мгм.
even if he
Если
does
он
not fly there
вылетает
to
там в
other
другие,
continents,
на
to
другие
other
материки, в
worlds,
другие
or
миры,
perhaps
или,
does not
возможно, не
believe in
верит
some
в
other
какие-то
key of
другие
civilization,
цивилизации,
so that a person can
чтобы человек
explore in his life.
был исследователем в своей жизни.
Мгм.
Admiral,
Адмирал,
how many
сколько
civilizations are there behind this ice wall
вот
that
этой ледяной
separates us
стеной,
from our
которая нас
neighbors?
отделяет от соседей?
12.
12.
12
12
worlds.
миров?
I can
Я
see
вижу
when the
вот эту
number is
цифру 12.
12.
Мгм.
Perhaps
Возможно,
this
это
is
не
not the
предел.
limit.
Мгм.
I see. Don't you
Я
want to
хочу
move there
сейчас
with us now
с
behind the
нами
wall and try to look at the same one?
переместиться туда за стену, попытаться посмотреть в ту
Он может
же...
Do
это
it.
сделать.
Can
Может
do.
сделать?
Accompany
Сопроводить
us.
нас?
Will he
Ему
be
интересно будет?
interested?
Yes.